Today we will do a bunch of exercises from the chair, all seated. Obviously, we need a chair for that purpose, and let's make sure that the chair is sturdy. If your sturdy chair doesn't have a cushion like this one, it's a good idea to put something on it, and I think that the folded yoga mat is actually a good choice because not only is it soft, it's also not going to slide on you. We also need a band, and that's pretty much all that we need. We can start sliding a little forward in the chair so that we can bring our feet forward and start moving the feet. We can make circles. You can move one foot at a time, or you can move both feet like so, and we'll be moving in different directions. Now we will go out like that, and you can also move both feet at the same time. Then we'll also do pointing and flexing. You will feel a little bit of stretch in the calf, and then a bit of stretch in the front of your ankle. Again, if you like it like this. And also be done with both feet at the same time. We also will turn them in and out. You can do turning them in opposite directions, or you can move them like windshield wipers. That's good. We can shake and stomp. We can sit back in the chair. Let's do a couple of shoulder rolls. We will lift, roll them back. And then we will do it one more time and reverse shoulders back and down. We'll be sitting upright. Let's make sure we're sitting on the sitting bones, not on the tailbone. And let's start again with some exercises for the feet. Lifting the toes up, lifting the heels up. So now we're squeezing the muscles in the front of the lower leg, and then using the calves. If this is too easy, you can lean on your own legs, put some weight on that, and your calf raises will become a little more challenging. So we can do 10, 15 of these. Whenever you feel like you're getting a little tired, you can stop. And then we will lean back, slide forward just a bit to make sure your stomach tightens up and you're not sitting too upright. We want the angle between the thighs and the upper body to be more than 90 degrees. We'll start with little marches here. So see how things feel. No discomfort should be experienced anywhere, especially you want to pay attention to the front of the hip and making sure lower back doesn't get too tight as we're doing these marches. So we need to tighten the stomach to protect the lower back. It pretty much stays straight. It doesn't arch. It doesn't round too much. Hips are not going anywhere either. We want to exhale on the knee lift. And at the same to be a little easy, we can make circles like this. Feet do not need to come up too high, and we don't need to do it too fast. Your hips will be moving a little bit, just as long as your back stays out of trouble, you're good. So this works the legs, works the stomach. It might get your heart rate a little bit up. We can have a break from leg exercises. Let's find our bands. Let's do a couple of seated rows. So the band goes, we need to move forward a little bit, heels on the floor, toes up, the band goes under the feet. And we will be sitting more upright. This time we're not leaning back. We need some space for our elbows to move. Let's start putting the shoulders back, head over the shoulders. Back is straight, but we don't need to over tighten it. We shouldn't arch it excessively, but let's make sure we're also not slouching like that. And we'll start the move with shoulder blades moving back, and then we're pinching them together, and then we're worrying about the elbows moving back. So first, shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then think of your elbows rather than your hands. We want to make sure that this movement starts in your back. Muscles that move your shoulder blades should fire first, and then of course you will feel your arms, especially your biceps. Make sure that your band and your upper arm are about on the same line. I will turn so you can see better. so that your wrists are not awkward. If your elbows drop too low and your wrists come up too high, it will look like this. It will really not feel good on the wrists. And then you can make it a bit harder by squeezing and holding it for maybe a breath or two, and then releasing it. And as you move your elbows back, make sure there is no shoulder discomfort. So shoulders and elbows should be moving back together. You don't want to drop the shoulders forward as your elbows are moving back. As this becomes tiring, we'll have a little break from that. Let's put the band down. Shake out the hands, shake out the arms, roll the shoulders. Here's a gentle stretch for your wrist and your fingers. This can be more intense if you turn your arm like this, so your fingers are pointed down. This stretches the whole forearm. Sometimes it can be too much, so this is your gentle option. Mostly stretches fingers and palm. This one is bigger, but if you have carpal tunnel or any kind of wrist issue, this may be too much. Meanwhile, we'll go back to our abdominal and leg exercise. We'll do it again. We slide a bit forward in the chair, then we take our hips back. So we're leaning back without really rounding the back much. We can start again with the little marches, lifting the thigh up to 90-degree angle. Really don't need to lift it up too much. We can add again the bicycle move, exhaling on that. Adding knee extension, again, making sure there's no discomfort in your back. Hips could be very slightly moving, but let's make sure they're not moving around excessively. And if this is too easy, you can try and lift both knees at the same time. You might have to slide forward a little bit more. Again, make sure it doesn't create any kind of back discomfort, and you feel, of course, you'll feel your legs, making sure you feel your stomach tightening. Do it on exhalation. And pay attention to the shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are not coming up when your knees are coming up. 10, 15, whenever you get tired, you can be down, straighten up, tap the feet, relax the muscles a little bit. So we did a pulling exercise. Our next one is a pushing exercise. So this band goes behind your back, under your arms, like so. And once again, we want to be upright. Now we don't need to be too stiff and too arched. We'll start with taking the shoulders back and down, and we will be pushing forward and back, making sure the shoulders are not moving forward too much. So it's really, think of it as a pushing something away from you rather than reaching for something, because that reaching movement will take your shoulders forward. Think of pushing and keeping your back straight. Again, if you want to make it a little harder, you can add this. The fists are moving toward each other. And if you want to make it easier, maybe you don't even need to straighten the elbows. Maybe it's a partial press. Whenever you get tired, have a little break. We'll shake out the arms. We'll roll the shoulders. Let's do a quick shoulder and chest stretch. We can start with elbows together, and then we'll open them up. We'll press the elbows back, and let's also open the palms and rotate your arms slightly so you're reaching back through your wrists. Now we can move the arms up and down a couple of times. Stretch in front of the shoulder, tightening back of the shoulder. After a while, this will get tiring. We can be done with that. Let's now do another pulling movement. We can take the band and let's hold it like this. It's just going to be more comfortable on the wrist. Hold it closer to the ends like so, and the band goes under the feet. You can sit upright, you can lean back a little bit if you like, making sure your back is not rounded. Back is always straight. And now we pull fists to the shoulders. So this is a bicep curl. Unlike that exercise, the row that we did, your elbows are not moving front and back. You can also do it from a more upright position. Band will get less tight if you do it this way. And if your band is short, your fists might not be going all the way up to the shoulders, but that's fine. You can hold it resist the pull of the band and take it down. And if you want to make it really hard, you can do partial reps where you don't let it go all the way down and your band stays tight the whole time. Very good. That was the bicep curl pulling movement. We can shake our arms again. We can take it to a nice and wide stretch like this, pushing the arms back. Chest goes up a bit. Then we can exhale, have our shoulders, and let's allow our back to round a little. Just look down. And straighten up. And let's do just one more pushing movement. The band goes behind the back again, and this time it's a shoulder press. You can stay upright in your chair. If you're a little tired, you can lean back on the chair. Again, back should not be rounded. And we will press the fists up and forward. How much forward? That's up to you. It should be not uncomfortable on your shoulders. Maybe your arms are moving a little more forward. Maybe they're moving a little more upright. Now, if you feel that your band is rolling up your back, it's probably because your shoulders are coming up and forward too much. So let's keep the shoulders relaxed and reach up and forward with the fists without too much shrugging from the shoulders. We can breathe out on the push. And again, if your band is too short, you don't have to straighten the elbows. You can take it halfway up, hold it there, feel the work in your arms. And again, making sure back stays straight, not overly arched. Vertical back. All right, and that was our shoulder press. We can shake out the arms, roll the shoulders. Let's stretch the back of the shoulder, taking the arm across, hugging it against the chest, keeping the shoulder down. It can come forward, but it doesn't need to go up to the ear. And then we can also stretch the neck, looking over the shoulder. And the other side. Very good. And this is all done. It was a short workout. Thank you for watching.